Hey guys, we're on to day 5 of Just Ordinary CWL recap against BG18. We definitely slaughtered these guys just like the rest of them. We have a few replays for you, and starting it off, we have Hoeing, and he's going to be pulling basically a Sui Lalo. Notice the Sui hero portion here. He make sure that the king is going to get rid of the funnel for that queen to Sui on that town hall. Once that queen is done with the town hall, he's going to start the Lalo portion of this raid now. The base has like an ideal already natural pathway for the loons because of that 2-tile moat on the left hand side there outside of that town hall. He uses a stone slammer and then two hounds to tank for the loons as they push through. Horn's ability over the core there has skeleton spells to help take out that queen. Unfortunately, that queen wasn't able to get taken out completely, so he's basically relying on the loons to circle back and take out that queen because that enemy CC, the actual castle, is still left alive, so he's going to have to finish that queen before he can ensure the triple here. So, just clean up, clean up, clean up. These are just going to push through, finish taking out the rest of these structures, and then that queen is going to go down to these loons, and then the enemy CC is going to go down. So, securing the triple, definitely a good raid there. Next up, we've got Ducate, and he is going to be doing another Sui Hero Lalo. Again, he Sui's the king to take out the enemy king, and then also funnels, opens it up with the wall breakers. Again, this base is going to have another natural funnel behind the town hall there with the 2-tile moat. So it'll make the pathing easier for the loons to just go through right over the core of this base. Again, he's just doing loons from around the basically entirety of the base. This time the skeleton spells do take out the enemy queen, and then they focus their fire onto the eagle artillery. Again, just some greatly time haste and freeze spells, and the lava pups and the minions are just going to clean up as they go. And such an OP raid. Look how many loons are left alive. It's just really hard to compare that attack to anything else. So yeah, that's just a beautiful Sui Lalo textbook. You don't see that a lot, and these guys have been taking advantage of that and pursuing the meta right now. Now we have Hon here, and he's going to be doing a Queen Charge Miner on this one. So, he set up a funnel with a P.E.K.K.A. and a Wizard, and then on the other side he's got the King and a Wizard, which is a similar funnel technique to what I perform. And basically he's going to get that Queen Charge straight into the core that's going to take out the enemy CC, and the town hall right off the bat, and that queen is even going to get further in there to take out even more structures eventually. So it is just pushing through, gets the eagle artillery out, and then is going to break through that wall, which is going to give him access to the enemy queen and the enemy king as well. So again, just the value here. The one thing that we preach on this channel is just the amount of value that comes in handy with these raids, and this is another prime example of in how that is the case here. And Hoeing is just OP. The CWL really went above and beyond and took this to the next level. So beautiful hits. Again, some of the most OP strats in the game right now, and he is just on fire. Again, here's another one where he is just going off, and this guy, he just absolutely tore it up. So this example, he is going to be doing a Sui Hero Mass Hog. Okay, so he got a super good funnel using that king and then a few wizards. Wall breaks into the town hall area. The queen is going to take out that town hall. Unfortunately, the CC kind of gets in the way. but that poison spell is really going to come in clutch, gets rid of the skeletons off of that witch, and then the rest of the queen is just going to take out a couple more structures, and then is going to mass hog, uses the stone slammer as a funnel for those hogs, skeleton spell over that queen in the core there. Unfortunately, she jumps over a wall, which is kind of a problem because those skeletons are just going to slowly but surely get taken out by that queen until they break through and then finally take her out. And then, like we say before, having those skeletons clean up from the inside out. If there's any structures in the core there, and like in this example, that CC, and then the builder's hut there. Obviously the warden got to it quicker, but just a prime example on how those skeleton spells just have superb amount of value when it comes to taking out the queen, and then next up, taking out any structures from the inside out. So now we have Para, and Para, he did a very good track record this CWL, and he's going to be starting this raid with a queen walk into the charge there. Notice that he is only using a jump spell for the charge, so he's saving a whole siege machine, right? And is still going to get just as much value as if he was going to use a siege machine. Gets the 1 multi-target Inferno, a couple point defenses, that Eagle Artillery, the enemy CC, and literally just pushing through. He decided to not use a jump spell into the core there. He just figured that queen was going to have proper pathing, and that queen actually does. She gets into the core, takes out a few more key structures, and then is going to break into the core even more. So, if that queen targeted that first, or the wall that connected to that middle wall, that would have been a little bit better, but you can't win every fight. And then he's got the king, the miners going in, pushing through the core there. The miners, with some good healing spells, they're just great when it comes to traveling underneath and deflecting that. He uses a backside stone slammer on that Tesla farm. And he's basically saved that Tesla farm for that Giga Tesla, just in case that queen wasn't able to make it in there. So just way to think that through and hold off on all the important stuff when it comes to that raid. Next up, we got Mikelink here, and he's gonna be doing a queen charge, and he's gonna Sui the king for the proper funnel. That queen is gonna eventually turn the corner, just missed that Coco Loon for that Seeking Mine, and then that Wall Wrecker is gonna path that queen straight into the court. That poison spell is just on point, gets rid of the wizard or the witches. Unfortunately, that queen decided to wander back out instead of going to that Eagle Artillery. He freezes that enemy king that was enemy queen that was targeting his queen, and the charging queen is still getting a ton of value. Not exactly the plan that he was hoping for, because I can guarantee you he wanted to get that Eagle Artillery down with that charge, since that Wall Wrecker made it all the way into that area. But luckily, with this raid, he just has so many loons. Those loons go over the Giga Tesla, take it out. That sweeper was just causing a pain in the butt the whole time. And then, these a couple backside loons on that multi-target Inferno area. These loons are just really cutting down on health, but luckily they took out all the defenses already, and that queen is still up. So, just huge value with the cleanup troops in that raid. The cleanup troops really secured that one. Now we got Ka here on this base. This is we're seeing this base a lot more frequently, whether it's in Legend Leagues or it's in Wars. And so this is a great one to track down. In this example, you have a queen charge using wall breakers. Now notice he didn't have to use a freeze there, because he timed it perfectly with when the healers were going to be underneath the wall breakers were going to be underneath the healers. So great job planning that one out. Perfect funnel, literally a perfect funnel. That's an extremely tough funnel, and he was able to secure it with just a few wall breakers and funnel troops. From there, he's going to set his miners. The queen is just going to take off the entire left-hand side of the space. The wall wrecker is kind of making an awkward funnel, but the funnel is perfect because it gets those miners into the Giga Tesla. Once the miners are in the Giga Tesla, they're gonna run through and destroy the space. He used the king on the other side, and these miners, there's definitely not a ton of them. It's not like a mass miner or anything, but they're still making their waves, taking out the defenses, and pushing through the remainder of the space. That queen literally stays up until the end with her ability, and great cleanup troops with that wizard, and secures the triple. So another great day for Just Origin.